Let me ask you this. When's the last time you hugged a complete stranger and truly meant it? Most of you are sitting there probably trying to remember, and you can't. I know I had a hard time thinking about it too. But that's not a personal failure on our part. It's actually a symptom. On the World Cup, and I talk about this in so many videos, especially on my social media, but I decided to come over here and dive more into this and make a video and put it out there for the masses on my cave wall. And the World Cup, this tournament that most of us as Americans didn't even plan on watching, myself included. We just put up a mirror for this entire country. But the World Cup, what it truly showed us, coming here to America, it showed us something, and nobody is talking about it. I'm a senior leader in the military, active duty, and I just came off from being a first sergeant. And I can tell you that I've led soldiers in dangerous zones. I've led soldiers through loss. I've led them through everything in between. And I have a specific framework for what I watched happen when the World Cup came here on American soil. So stick with me here. I encourage you guys, stick with me. Walk with me on this one, because it's not about soccer, not this time. Okay, so let me paint the picture for you. 32 nations, millions of international visitors flying into American cities they've only seen through news cycles and media outlets that are on their screens, which we all agree never show anything good. So all these people came here with opinions already in their minds, just like you and I. We have opinions. Literally, you pull up your social media, it's all about opinions. Now, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. We know social media was full of it. There's still to this day. And social media at the time, prior to, if you guys were watching, was full of, hey, America's going to choke. Americans don't care about soccer. It's going to be a disaster. America's too divided to pull this off of this magnitude. And then something happened. A video went viral, broke the internet. And this one video was a group of Moroccan fans standing in a stadium parking lot in Texas, of all places, where I just came from, in Texas, breaking down in tears. Not because of the game, but because the Americans standing next to them, sharing food, teaching them cheers, and just being real, being human beings to one another. All the propaganda aside, and just human beings being human beings to one another. That stood out to me. As a leader, as a father, as a man, that stood out to me the most. And it broke the internet because the world was hungry for something different, a different story about America. And as Americans, we delivered it. We truly did. But here's what nobody is asking. Why did it take this for us to show up for each other as human beings? Why does it take this for us to show up and be present? Why did it take 32 foreign nations to fly into our house to crack us open like a beer can? That's what I think about. Those are the questions I ask, because something has been quietly happening to us. And I've been saying this through multiple videos, guys. You can check it out. But it started way before the World Cup. I call it the zombie effect. And you guys know what I'm talking about. It's what happens when human beings stop being human beings and start just going through the motions. Wake up, scroll, commute, work, scroll, sleep, and repeat. That's literally the livelihood. And I see it all the time. And I'm pretty sure you guys can relate. I literally wake up, I start my day, and as I'm walking to my car, I see everybody who I see on the sidewalks and whatever are like this. Just, it's like a bunch of zombies. And I say good morning, or I greet somebody. Hey, have a good day. Hey, how you doing? And it's almost like a shocker just to engage in interaction, conversation, a simple morning greeting. Hey, good morning. Hey, good morning. And that's something that stands up to me, because that's literally what we do. We just wake up, scroll, commute, work, sleep, and repeat. That's our livelihood. It's like a zombie. But the truth is, we're alive. You're alive, but we're not living, is how I see it. And this isn't just a feeling. This isn't an opinion, because the Surgeon General of the United States declared and you can look this up, loneliness is a legit public health crisis right now. Not just a feeling, a crisis. 1 in 2 Americans right now report feeling lonely on a regular basis. 1 in 2. Think about that. 1 in 2. Man, social media. Half the people you walk past a day, half the people you walk past a day in your building, in your office, in your neighborhood are lonely. And nobody's saying anything because we've been trained to perform strength instead of connection. Think about it. Strength instead of connection. I've watched grown men and women, soldiers, carry 100 pounds of gear across the desert without complaint. But the second you ask them, are you okay? They shut down because somewhere along the way, we decided that needing people was weakness. The zombie effect doesn't just veterans. It hits executives. It hits stay-at-home parents. It hits the person who has everything but yet still feels empty at 2 a.m. And I'm not gonna lie, that's a feeling that we all go through. But how do we handle it? Because this is actually a real thing. And I've said it multiple times in other videos, guys. And the World Cup, just for a few weeks, and I've observed this, and I've done multiple videos on this, guys, on my social media outlets, which links are also in the description down below. But the World Cup, just for a few weeks, to me broke that spell because it forced presence. And I always articulate the power in presence, not only as a leader, but as a human being. It forced community. It forced us to look up from our phones and actually see each other as human beings. And we remembered, for one moment, we remembered what that felt like. And it scared us a little, but we realized how long we've been without it. I've seen so many videos. My algorithm was full of it, of just people helping other people, having a good time, vibing with one another from complete strangers, different countries. And it's just going viral after viral, and it just tells you something. It told me something. That zombie effect that we go through, these motions, it's such a real thing that when we experience that connection for the first time in a long time, we have realized that exact thing, that we've been without it. So let me give you a real life story here. At one point in my career, all right, I had a unit. I was part of this unit with good soldiers, smart soldiers, but for some reason they just weren't clicking. They were individual performers who happened to wear the same uniform. And when the pressure came, and it always comes, especially in the Army, they fractured. And I had to figure out what was missing. As a leader, I had to figure out, how am I gonna interject this? How am I gonna engage this? And figure out what is the missing link here for the team. And I realized it wasn't training because they were trained. They knew their stuff. It wasn't physical fitness or PT because they knew that. We hit it hard. And it wasn't shared experience because we had that. Even though all those do matter, I will say, all those do matter and play part of the game. But what it was belonging. And as a leader, you need that buy-in. You need that buy-in. And that's what was missing. And that belonging, that buy-in that you feel, it's not just because the words sound good or they brief well in front of the formation, but you feel it in your bones. You know, that person next to you is what we always say. You fight for the one to your left and to the right. You know, that person next to you that would go to war for you and you for them. When belonging exists, when that buy-in exists, that unit, nothing can destroy it. You can accomplish literally anything. There's not going to be no mission, no task, no anything that comes across, no obstacle, no challenge that you guys can't handle and engage. And I knew that. I've seen soldiers run towards danger for each other. Then think about what happened at this World Cup. Strangers from different countries, different languages, different religions, different ethnicities, finding each other in a parking lot, at stadiums, hotel lobbies, no orders, no mission briefing, just a shared moment with a common cause. That is unit cohesion. That's buy-in, happening spontaneously in Kansas City, in Dallas, in LA, and every veteran watching right now knows exactly what I'm talking about because I know you guys have felt it in a way most civilians haven't, and they just can't relate. That's one of the toughest struggles as veterans, and it's something I dread with the day when I got to hang up the uniform, because I know I'm gonna have to face it one day. It's a reality. But that sense of belonging, that buy-in. World Cup, in my eyes, the World Cup showed that to the rest of the country. Now, I'm not gonna spend 20 minutes here just telling you guys social media is fake, all the propaganda, social media algorithms are literally designed, and right now they're just out to just destroy community. You guys already know all that. I'm not even gonna insult your intelligence. But here's the short version. We built a world optimized for convenience and productivity. Just think about that. And accidentally engineered out of the conditions that make belonging possible. Third places disappeared. Front porches disappeared. Shared missions, shared understanding, all just disappeared. And everything is just bumper sticker. Boom, feel this, hit this, trigger this, boom, hate this. It is all just there to design to just trigger your emotions. But the fact is, and what the World Cup showed me is, we didn't lose our humanity. We just stopped building spaces where it can live. And the World Cup proved that. When you create those conditions again, even temporarily, people just snap back to life immedately. And it happens so natural. It happened so natural, and we saw it because we saw so many viral videos. I loved it. Still to this day, it just makes me feel, I feel a certain type of joy and fulfillment. I feel a sense of hope, because for a while it gets tough. It gets tough mentally for all of us. And to me, it means the hunger never left and the capacity never left. We just forgot it was there. What do we do when the tune end? Sadly, when all the fans fly home and the stadiums go quiet, and then of course that Monday morning madness comes knocking on our doors. Now, I'm not gonna tell you guys to just get off your phones and go touch grass, even though realistically that might solve a lot of issues, but that's not a strategy. That's just a bumper sticker. But here's what I'm actually gonna ask you guys to do, and I'll challenge you to one, find your stadium. Find your stadium, not a literal one, but a physical place where people gather around you for a shared cause. It helps. I like to use the gym, all right? I like to use the gym. I like to use my team. Barbershop. I have a local barbershop out here that I literally go in there and I'm shooting the shit with everybody and just meeting people and it just engaging in that human interaction. Go to a church. Go to a church. There's so many things out there. There's run clubs. There's so many clubs out there, guys, that encourage and promote human interaction. And that's your form of a stadium. So find your stadium. Something that demands presence. Something where you have to show up as yourself, not as a curated version of yourself, but just you, the human version of you, not the profile version, just you. 2, be the fan from Morocco, because those guys stood up to me the most. Stop waiting for someone else to start a conversation. I would challenge you guys. Go out, say good morning to somebody. Say good morning. Ask how somebody's doing. Ask a stranger. Say good afternoon. Just give that morning greeting to somebody. Introduce yourself if you have to. Break that ice. Don't be afraid to break the ice. Because to me, that's not weakness. Some people may say that's weakness, but it's not weakness. To me, that's leadership. And every single one of you is capable of it. I know that for sure. And of course, 3, let this tournament, let this World Cup experience, let it teach us something. Let it teach us something that is real. Take those moments that moved you, those strangers connecting, walls coming down, grown men crying in parking lots because they're sad to leave. That's not sentiment. That's just your nervous system telling you what it needs. So listen to it. The World Cup didn't create a better America. It revealed one that was already here, just waiting. But just right now, we're under this zombie effect, under the scrolling, under the performing. That's the version of America that all those people from all those countries were expecting. But those Moroccan fans, they were crying about it. Think about it. They were legit crying. And that's you. When you stop going through those motions and start actually being present, man, comfort in chaos. That's literally what the philosophy is. Comfort in chaos is always built on that one truth. That's what it means to me. Chaos isn't the enemy. Isolation is. Trust me. Take it from me, guys. And I'm leading from experience here. I'm not telling you this because the book says this. I'm telling you this because I've experienced it. Isolation is an enemy. All right. And when you're surrounded by people who are genuinely with you, think about it. I always tell you, value your circles. And if you don't have a circle, establish one, because when you have that circle, that's what matters to most, because you know those people are with you. You can legit handle anything. There's nothing you can't handle as a team. And the World Cup showed us what we already are in my eyes. So now we just got to be about it. Man, I hope you guys learned something today. All right. If you don't already know, my name's Gabe, guys. I'm a senior leader, active duty military. I'm a father, I'm a man. I'm just a common sense dude on YouTube. All right. And if this hit you, please hit that subscribe button down below and feel free to share it with somebody who you know needed to hear this today. And please drop in the comments. Let me know. I want to know. Drop in the comments. When was the last time you felt real belonging? I genuinely want to know that. When was the last time? In the meantime, guys, thanks for tuning in. All right. Feel free, hit the social media links, all in the description. Get yourself some chaos gear, guys. And don't forget, do your push-ups, take your vitamins, drink your water, and continue to find comfort in chaos, guys. And I'll see you on the next video.